A win is a win is a win, and the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark go up against the Las Vegas Aces and last year's MVP, A'ja Wilson, and walk away with a W, 80-70. Sophie Cunningham has been hot to trot. Sophie Cunningham has been...
What happens when the Indiana Fever lose their biggest star but still take down A'ja Wilson's powerhouse Las Vegas Aces? You get a game that flips the entire WNBA narrative. With Caitlin Clark sidelined and visibly frustrated on the bench over the officiating, her teammates stepped up and made a bold statement. Kelsey Mitchell delivered a clutch 21-point performance, and Sophie Cunningham? She's officially the hottest player in the league, literally. This wasn't just a win, it was a shockwave that echoed across the WNBA. So how did the Fever pull off such a dominant victory? And what exactly did Sophie do to earn that red dot moment? Comment ***, red dot Sophie *** if you're fired up. Let's get into it.
Back in the W chat.
Oh, that was a gut check win right there. Oh, nothing in the chat.
Yes, Natasha Howard!
That was a fun one. My gosh, and these jerseys are sweaty.
Picture this. Your team just suffered back-to-back losses to the Liberty, and your superstar is sidelined with a groin injury, watching from the bench in street clothes. That was a reality for the Indiana Fever as they returned to Gainbridge Fieldhouse on July 24th. The atmosphere was tense, with the sting of those two defeats still fresh. And one question loomed over everything. Who are the Fever without Caitlin Clark?
Obviously, there's no timeline for Caitlin, but what has she been able to do this last week? Is it mostly just rehab recovery, or has she been able to do any kinds of practice?
Yeah, no, I mean, we haven't really practiced since the couple days before All-Star break. So mostly rehab, shooting, and she's been with our athletic training team, and we've been preparing everybody else.
The Fever's 12-12 record only told half the story. Doubts about their playoff hopes quickly turned into full-blown eulogies for their season. Social media tore into them, and sports talk shows labeled them frauds, exposed the moment Caitlin Clark went down. The narrative was harsh and clear. Without Clark, the Fever had nothing. With playoff seeding on the line and every game now critical, the pressure mounted. And standing in their way? A'ja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces, the reigning back-to-back champions with a 12-11 record, and the swag of a team that knew how to capitalize on weakness.
Steph, Caitlin presents a challenge in itself for any opponent, but when she doesn't play, how is your team different?
I think our ball moves differently. What we run is different. She has such gravity and her ability, not just to be at the top of the scouting report, but her ability to make everybody better with the ball in her hands. So some of the things that we run are different when she's on the floor than when she's not. We run some more off-ball stuff, a lot less on-ball action.
Coach Stephanie White understood the stakes better than anyone. This game wasn't just another matchup. It was a defining moment for her team's identity. Were they true contenders capable of battling the league's best, or simply a squad that collapsed without their superstar? With doubt creeping into the locker room, White had to dig deep and deliver the message that would rally her players and reignite their belief in themselves.
Yeah, it's definitely a relief to know that there's nothing else going on and no more damage. Now it's just being patient with the process. You can't have 5-minute lapses against great teams. They make you pay, and they bury you in those moments. I think we've seen, throughout the course of the season, where we've been really good for long stretches, and where we've weathered the ups and downs of a game, and we've got to be able to do that from a neutral mindset. We can't get into the playing conservative.
The Aces entered the game with swagger, maybe even arrogance. You could see it in their body language during warm-ups. A'ja Wilson and her Olympic-caliber teammates likely had this matchup circled the moment news broke of Caitlin Clark's injury. For them, it was a perfect chance to expose what many believe, that the Fever were just a one-player show wrapped in hype. Wilson, who's quietly battled envy over Clark's meteoric rise, finally had a moment to prove who the real MVP was. This wasn't just another game for Las Vegas. It was supposed to be a statement, a reminder that rings matter more than headlines. But then came the twist nobody expected. The Fever, written off and underestimated, channeled every ounce of disrespect into motivation. What looked like their breaking point became the moment they united. Doubt became fuel, and adversity became their proving ground. What happened next didn't just shake the Aces, it shook the entire league. Because true champions aren't crowned in comfort, they are born in chaos.
Let's go!
Okay, when we answered runs today, y'all, we had one another's back today, y'all. In the moments where it seemed like they could have made a little bit of a comeback, we stopped that. Yeah, we sure did. Now we have to be able to continue to stack that, maintain that consistency right there. I'm so proud of you guys. So proud of you guys. That was a hard-fought win. You earned it. 1, 2, 3, together.
When a team is desperate for a hero, it's often the most overlooked player who rises. And this time, it was Kelsey Mitchell who stepped into the spotlight. All season long, she'd faced criticism for being unreliable when the Fever needed her most. Fans and analysts alike questioned her ability to deliver under pressure, pointing to a pattern of inconsistency, dropping 20 points one night, then going ice cold and shooting 3-4-15 the next. But with the spotlight shining and Clark on the sidelines, Mitchell had a chance to silence the doubters, and she was ready. Early in the game against the Aces, it looked like all the criticism of Kelsey Mitchell was spot on. She missed her first few shots and couldn't find any rhythm, her frustration written all over her face. The energy inside Gamebridge Fieldhouse began to shift. Fans were restless, sensing the offense unraveling without Caitlin Clark's steady playmaking. Every missed shot added weight to Mitchell's shoulders, and by the end of the third quarter, she was shooting just 4 of 19 from the field, the kind of stat line that usually get a player benched in big moments. But Coach Stephanie White wasn't ready to give up on her. She had something else in mind.
Handoff, Cunningham. Cunningham too strong. Mitchell able to save the day. And it's Mitchell going right to the rim. Beats the shot clock and lays it in. Mitchell to the rescue.
Sessions very disruptive, causing all kinds of havoc, late shot clock situations. And then Kelsey.
During a crucial timeout, Coach Stephanie White pulled Kelsey Mitchell aside and gave her the spark she needed. Asterisk, let it fly. It's going to go. Asterisk, those words landed perfectly, cutting through the noise and doubt. White also reminded her to stay balanced when attacking the basket, keep her poise, make better reads, and trust the process. Meanwhile, her teammates stepped up in quiet but powerful ways. They started feeding her the ball in smarter spots, set tougher screens, and carve out space for her to operate. The whole team rallied behind Mitchell, helping her rediscover her rhythm and rebuild her confidence one possession at a time.
Well, first of all, I started off with our defense. Our defense get our offense going, and that's how we maintain games like that. We don't rely on our offense a lot. We rely on our defense to get our when our defense is going, our offense is going. So we limited the Vegas to one shot, and that's how we got open shots for the shooters inside the paint and everything.
Even from the bench in street clothes, Caitlin Clark's fire was undeniable. Despite the groin injury keeping her sidelined, she was fully locked in, cheering, jumping, and celebrating every big moment like she was on the floor. Her reaction after McDonald's clutch three-pointer said it all. That shot didn't just seal a massive win. It secured the season series tiebreaker over the Las Vegas Aces, a critical edge that could define playoff positioning. With a 2-1 lead in that matchup and a 13-12 overall record, the Fever now sit 6th in the WNBA standings. But this win meant far more than numbers. It was a clear message. The Indiana Fever aren't just riding Clark's coattails. They're evolving into a true contender. Kelsey Mitchell's leadership, Sophie Cunningham's red-hot shooting, and a gritty defensive identity have formed a team ready to make serious noise. When Clark returns, she's rejoining a squad that's already proving it can compete with the league best. The future in Indiana is blazing bright. Comment *redhot Sophie* if you're fired up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Click the video on screen and we'll see you in the next one.